Undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, presentando a Saúl Canelo.
Oh, Poppy.
Remember what I said about the judges?
¡Viva México, cabrones!
Canelo Alvarez regained his dominant form Saturday night against an eager challenger who, up until the final bell, believed he was the chosen one to unseat Canelo Alvarez. The Mexican superstar stalked Edgar Berlanga throughout their 12-round, 168-pound title fight at T-Mobile Arena and easily won a unanimous decision. Alvarez dropped Berlanga in the 7th round of their one-sided bout and beat the chosen one by huge margins on the scorecards of judges Max DeLuca 118, 109, David Sutherland 118, 109, and Steve Weisfeld 119, 108. Guadalajara's Alvarez retained his World Boxing Association, World Boxing Council, and World Boxing Organization super middleweight titles.
The ring fighting out of the blue corner, wearing gold trunks with white trim, proudly representing his hometown, El Orgulloso Guerrero de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
I'm a strong fighter all the time against all the fighters, Alvarez told Showtime's Jim Gray in the ring. I'm a strong man. Nobody can beat this Canelo. The 22-1 Edgar Berlanga got off to a very slow start, tried to tie up Alvarez whenever possible, and seemed unwilling to engage with the heavy-handed Alvarez for much of their fight. An aggressive Alvarez kept his taller, rangier opponent on his back foot for most of their 12 rounds and landed a right hand that made Berlanga take a knee early in the 7th round.
He weighed in right at the limit of 168 pounds, having faced 20 world champions in his illustrious career. His record stands at 56 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, with 38 wins coming by way of knockout.
According to CompuBox's unofficial statistics, Berlanga landed only 71 of 398 punches, just 6 punches per round, against an opponent who moved up 14 pounds for their Showtime pay-per-view main event. Berlanga also ended a 16-month layoff largely caused by 2 broken bones in his left hand sustained during a sparring session a few days before last Christmas. Berlanga offered no excuses during his post-fight interview, but he acknowledged that he felt the difference in Alvarez's power while fighting at a higher weight.
Tonight, in his 20th world title appearance, ladies and gentlemen, here is the renowned boxing sensation and acclaimed pound-for-pound great, the 4-division world champion and the current unified WBC.
I just felt like things looked strange in there, Berlanga told Gray. I don't make excuses for myself, so it is what it is. I take my punches and roll with it. It's boxing. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Canelo Alvarez, 34, denied Edgar Berlanga in the Puerto Rican's bid to become a world champion for the very first time in his 23-fight career, as he has previously not fought in a world title fight, nor even faced a former world champion. Truthfully, I could feel the difference in the opponent. I was daring to be great, but you fall short sometimes. You just have to keep on pushing. My road don't stop right here. Berlanga, 27, entered the ring as the #1 contender in one of boxing's sanctioning bodies, but ultimately fell short at the end. The fight began, and Berlanga partially blocked Alvarez's right hand that he tried to sneak around Berlanga's guard with just under a minute to go in the first round. Fans booed loudly at the midway mark of the first round because Berlanga kept his distance from Alvarez. Doc warned Alvarez for pushing Berlanga out of a clinch with just under 1:40 on the clock in the 2nd round. Alvarez connected with his right hand as Berlanga was backed against the ropes about 30 seconds into the 2nd round. Alvarez previously landed a thudding right to Berlanga's body with a little more than 2 minutes to go in the 3rd round. Berlanga complained that Alvarez hit him on his hip, which caused Doc to warn Alvarez. Alvarez caught Berlanga with a left hook when there was just over 30 seconds to go in the 3rd round. A right hand by Alvarez landed when Berlanga was backed into the ropes with about 1:10 to go in the 4th round. Berlanga connected with a right hand around Alvarez's guard about 45 seconds into the 4th round. Berlanga landed 2 right hands and a left in a combination he threw late in the 5th round. Alvarez's left hook landed flush a little less than 30 seconds into the 5th round. Berlanga tied up Alvarez as Alvarez moved him into the ropes, with under 1:20 on the clock in the 6th round. Doc warned Alvarez again for pushing Berlanga's head down about a minute into the 6th round. Alvarez landed a right hand a few seconds before the 6th round ended, but Berlanga took that shot well. Berlanga connected with a left hook about 40 seconds into the 7th round. A hard right hand by Alvarez to Berlanga's temple sent Berlanga to the canvas with a little more than 2 minutes to go in the 7th round. Taking that knee marked just the second time Berlanga had been down during his 15-year professional career. Berlanga landed 2 right hands a few seconds apart and got out of Alvarez's punching range with just over 1 minute to go in the 8th round. Berlanga's left hook landed about 40 seconds into the 8th round. Alvarez blasted Berlanga with a right uppercut as a vulnerable Berlanga was backed against the ropes in the 9th round. Another Alvarez right hand made Berlanga spin out of a neutral corner and attempt to tie him up a little less than a minute into the 10th round. Edgar Berlanga mostly kept his distance again for most of the unremarkable 11th and 12th rounds, when he seemed content to go the distance with Alvarez.
Finding new motivation, or rather old motivation. But of course the power is going to be on the edge of Edgar Berlanga. I like what he's...
It was surprising to all when Edgar Berlanga raised his hands up when the winner was being announced, as he had a very lackluster fight on the night. Perhaps he thought the outcome would have been like his previous decision victory against Jason Quigley. Before he even made his ring walk in front of a partisan crowd in the theater at Madison Square Garden, the atmosphere was primed to say volumes about the future of super middleweight prospect Edgar Berlanga's career. Facing Jason Quigley in his first fight since June 2022, Berlanga was hesitant at times and outboxed in a few rounds. In other moments, especially the 12th round, Berlanga's power and prowess were on full display, and he ultimately rolled to a unanimous decision. The judges scored it 116, 108, 116, 108, and 118, 106. In his post-fight interview with DAZN, Berlanga insisted that the way he finished the bout, including 2 knockdowns in the 12th, is how he wants to look at the beginning of his next fight, which he hopes will be against better opposition. That last round is how we're going to start every round from now on, Berlanga said.
See, like right there. Stop. Oh, because he didn't need it against a big punch.
First round flurries brought Berlanga notoriety early in his career. His initial 16 fights ended in first round stoppages, helping him become a reliable draw for Top Rank, especially during 2020 when crowds were withheld because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But after 4 straight decisions, including a bizarre 2022 win over Romer Angelo in which Berlanga attempted to bite his opponent, Berlanga left Top Rank for Matchroom Boxing as he pursued bigger fights. On Saturday night, Berlanga was a minus 1,400 favorite, according to Caesars Sportsbook, against an opponent in Quigley who has struggled against fringe contenders.
Through his next couple of rounds, Jason will have a lot more opportunities.
You see Quigley now just trying to keep Berlanga at bay. Because when you're a tall fighter, you're a tall target.
In his post-fight interview, Berlanga said Quigley was trying to merely survive in the ring. But even though Quigley was floored 4 times, he didn't appear to fear Berlanga's power until he was hurt in the 12th. Starting around the 3rd round, Quigley was not only willing to absorb punches, but was happy to trade with Berlanga. In fact, the main source of Quigley's offense was an attempt to counter Berlanga with a big punch, a strategy that yielded some success throughout the night.
Berlanga just barely... But he did not win.
Edgar Berlanga scored 4 knockdowns of Jason Quigley on fight night, including 2 in the final round. Ed Mulholland/Matchroom Saturday marked Berlanga's first fight since he was reunited with his former trainer, Mark Farrett, after a long stint with Andre Rozier. But the corner conversations captured by DAZN indicated a bit of disharmony between rounds early in the fight. After the 6th round, Farrett asked Berlanga if he was awake. Following the 9th round, Farrett asked Berlanga why he was loading up on power punches and if he really wanted to be in a 50-50 bout with Quigley.
Quigley's in it, no question. 6 rounds. Berlanga has landed more. Quigley continues to move, but he seems to have a lot of pep in his step.
Berlanga said afterward that he saw the fight unfolding a bit differently. "I was supposed to step on the pedal early," he told DAZN. "I was just leaning back using my jab, just trying to catch him at distance." Berlanga's bout against Quigley came after a year-long layoff, the longest of his career. Matchroom CEO Eddie Hearn, referring to Saturday's fight going the distance, said that a short night was not in Berlanga's best interest should he want to face the biggest names in the 168-pound division. If he would have slid through in the second or third round when he got the knockdown, I don't think he would have been ready to progress after that long out of the ring, Hearn told DAZN. Berlanga did record his first knockdown since his stoppage streak ended, a good sign for a fighter who wants to face the likes of Jamie Munguia, Gennady Golovkin, or others in the Matchroom stable. But after making a big career change, Berlanga is still looking to prove that he belongs in the same conversation as the best super middleweights in the world.
This is what the crowd has been wanting from Berlanga.
Just flipping that jab out there isn't going to get it done.
Good. There was a knockdown.
I'm going to fight the best now, said Berlanga, who is hoping for a big fight before the end of the year. I feel like it's that time. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.